Good evening, ladies and gents. So we didn't have a patch notes video this week. However, what I am going to be doing is reading through the developer Q&A which happened at China Joy, because there's a lot of stuff in here which I think a lot of people have missed. So I just want to read through all of this, pick out the juicy bits for you so you don't have to read it. Treat this as one of my patch notes videos. Just stick me on in the background and we'll get straight into it. So this is a developer question and answers which has happened recently with Booming Games, and there is some very juicy information in this. Hopefully a lot of this is going to be taking place very soon, because from the looks of it, and reading through this article a couple of times, it looks that Booming Games are really trying the hardest to make sure the game is obviously still kind of engaging, improving, and people are going to still be joining it as well. So optimization is the lifeline of a live service game. We've received loads of feedback from players across the world concerning improvements. Through data monitoring and customer feedback, we have observed the frequency of crashes and unexpected exits in recent seasons, namely Eternal and Sengoku has increased. After internal analysis, we found the main reasons. Over the past few seasons, the development team has been continuously improving the game's graphics and performance. As a result, players may notice increased detail in entire textures, skin and hair, and special effects compared to when the game first launched. However, these new features come at a cost, such as a higher memory usage, increased CPU calculators, and more complex algorithm logic. When implementing these features, we did not strike the right balance between visual quality and player system requirements. In some new modes, special effects, and entire production, we did not set reasonable set limitations, causing some players to experience crashes due to insufficient memory or graphics memory after playing the game for a while. So this will be where you have been playing the game for a few hours and everything slows down, starts to stutter, and all of a sudden crash. This is the reasons for it. Secondly, some crash issues are caused by corrupted data packets, which often occur after a Steam version update for players playing via Steam or GeForce Now. As the game content increases, the size of the package also becomes larger, and the probability of this situation occurring also increases. After analysis, we found that the majority of the problems players encounter, such as crashes, freezes, and frame drops, are closely related to game performance optimization. Therefore, we have formed a dedicated optimization team internally and are planning to solve these issues. They are going to be looking at game asset optimization. They are going to be looking at engine algorithm optimization, improved performance standard testing process, and the package size and compatibility issues. So they are, I'm not going to read through all of this. As always, I'll put a link down in the description below for you, but they have actually created an internal team to properly assess and quality assure all of the changes that have happened in Conquerors Blade so far, and any going forward as well. I am sure with the advent of AI and NVIDIA and all their kind of new technology and AMD and stuff, that they are going to be able to find ways to actually make sure that these crashes and problems are a lot less frequent in the game. They've identified the issues, they've agreed with the issues as well from player feedback, and they are looking to do something to correct it, which is very good. Moving on to balancing the battlefield. With the recent balance adjustments and the addition of systems such as the unit mastery, we have gradually found a suitable battle rhythm for the battlefield. It's neither cavalry charges nor arrow rain, but rather a focus on ground advance as the primary pace setter, allowing various units to have room for performance in that battle rhythm. Therefore, unit mastery and balance adjustments are crucial to gradually stabilise this ecosystem. This season we have increased the mastery of many units in the melee infantry group, and these units have become important members of the battlefield due to the new combat mechanics brought by the mastery system. Our subsequent plans are as follows. In the short term, we will not add new 5-star unit mastery, so there's going to be no unit mastery coming for any 5-star units, but rather focus on balancing 5-star units. Our goal is to create a battlefield ecosystem centered on 5-star units, allowing other units to have playable features and opportunities to enter the battle. For lower star level units, we will gradually unlock their mastery potential, exploring more possibilities in terms of gameplay experience, allowing for a wide variety of battlefield choices. We understand that many players may not have much time and are aware of the pressure to accumulate military manuals, unlock mastery units, and catch up with others. Therefore, you can also pay attention to the upcoming events, which will offer a lot of rewards. This will help everyone progress faster and make it an important part of finding the right development rhythm for maintaining balance and stability in the battlefield. Anti-cheating. Siege matchmaking is one of the core gameplay elements in Conquerors Blade. We fully understand the negative impact that cheats have on the battlefield and everyone's overall gaming experience. For some time now, we have been dedicated to combating the endless surge of cheats through various methods such as My Game's Anti-Cheat, which we keep up to date on the latest technology so players can continue to experience a cheat-free experience in collaboration with other versions of the game. Future plans for Territory Wars. Territory Wars can forge deep friendships with their comrades while occupying cities in the world map of Conquerors Blade. We are delighted to see friendships being made through Territory War, but at the same time, we have noticed many issues that cannot be ignored from the feedback given. These include the game has a high learning curve and complex rules. The power development cycle on Territory Wars is long. The cost of kit and replenishing troops exceeds the revenue, and accumulation of resources yields no benefits. Our primary goal is to involve more players in Territory War, and the above mentioned issues may hinder their enthusiasm for participating. Therefore, these barriers and rewards related issues are our top priority to address during the optimization of Territory War. Next is the participation rhythm. They like the word rhythm in this. In the Territory War itself, during the FIFA competition, many players can only wait outside to join the front line, which results in a lack of gaming experience and makes the individual's Territory War experience less interesting. How to make every participant valuable and involved in the war is the second one we need to solve to improve the overall gaming experience of Territory War gameplay. It should be noted that the Territory War is a combination of various gameplay elements such as the world map and siege. Therefore, adjustments to the Territory War require considering many aspects, and the content to be adjusted is extensive. The development cycle will be relatively longer. Although we have a clear plan for the adjustments, it will take some time for them to be officially launched. Meanwhile, we hope that all players can participate and provide more information and ideas. In addition, we are also considering the possibility of conducting joint research tests for Territory War in the future. After making certain content adjustments, we will invite all players to provide their feedback on the adjustments and work together to make Territory War an enjoyable experience for all players. What they are saying in a nutshell is, if you have any feedback, if you have any ideas, if you have any plans for how they can improve Territory War, let them know, either through the Booming Games kind of Discord or through the My Games Discord. Let them know. Future of CBL. CBL has been an event where Conquerors Blade developers, publishers, and players can participate together. It is the biggest stage for players to showcase their tactics and represents the highest level of competition in Conquerors Blade. We are still reviewing the feedback we've received from previous tournaments, and our focus is currently on player created tournaments. We are not ruling out CBL completely, but at the moment it's not our primary focus. Recently we've been focused on events such as the Nation Cup and CB Rivals. Any creators and interested players can join our tournament server, and we encourage you to make more tournaments for everyone to enjoy. Reward acquisition and gameplay exploration. We have always hoped to bring different gameplay experiences to players through updates in Conquerors Blade, besides siege matches, and allow them to earn more rewards and materials during the process. However, after the event modes were launched, players' feedback on these modes, such as the Banner Conquest event, gradually became negative, with words like forced and imprisoned appearing in the comments. These do not align with our original intentions. In the future, we hope to make some changes that will allow players to freely manage their gaming time while still obtaining enough resources and enjoyment. Firstly, we will adjust the resource production logic in some modes, similar to the well-received different paths, the same destination mechanism in other games. As long as you invest time in the game, regardless of the mode, you can obtain the materials you want. This way, the freedom to play the game is increased, and you can play the modes you want while still keeping up with progress. In terms of gameplay mode updates, we will also seek breakthroughs and try various directions until we eventually settle on some interesting content. However, this does not mean we will force everyone to spend their precious game time on content they do not enjoy. Attire, direction and acquisition. We do not plan to make attire in Conquerors Blade too exaggerated in terms of the sense of the era, in order not to lose the historical charm of a battle-based game. Thus, highly technological and modern attire like cyberpunk is unlikely to appear in Conquerors Blade. As everyone's aesthetic appreciation improves, the demand for more sophisticated fashion design increases. increases. We will take on this challenge, and you can look forward to next season's Battle Pass attire to see if our design not only meets the historical requirements but also has a more uncommon aesthetic compared to the previous attires in Conquerors Blade. In the future, we may consider continuing to incorporate themes from ancient legends into the game, but these will not give players a sense of being disconnected from the era. We believe that some of the legendary stories and myths from ancient times represent people's expressions of beauty and imagination at the time. In terms of acquisition, debt-right purchases, digests, and acquisitor events will continue to be the main ways to obtain attire. Finally, we want to thank you all for the continuously providing valuable feedback. Your enthusiasm far exceeded our expectations, and we apologise for the issues you face. Let your voice be heard on Discord, and we will continue working to improve Conquerors Blade. A very, very good Q&A from the developer. I really do hope if anybody from Booming or My Games is watching this, please do more of these at least once every couple of months, because it is a really nice thing to see that people's feedback and their time in kind of writing comments and stuff is being listened to, is being heard, and is being acted upon as well. Hopefully, because we've already asked this question as well, we will see a roadmap in the near future for Conquerors Blade to actually see what is going to be getting put in and all the rest of it. That will be a fantastic thing to see as well. But more Q&A blogs, more kind of stuff to show us behind the scenes of Conquerors Blade, what is happening, the better. But from all of you guys and girls that are listening to this right now as players of the game, make sure any feedback you have, as long as it is useful, constructive, it doesn't have to be positive, but as long as it is constructive, then always send that feedback in, and it will at least get looked at and probably actioned upon as well. But really, take the time to explain kind of your feedback and the reasons why and everything like that. Let me know your thoughts on this Q&A down below. Sorry this video has gone on a little bit, but this was quite an in-depth Q&A. Like I said, I'll leave a link down the description box below for you. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so. If you haven't liked the video, please do so. Share this video around, all that lovely fan doobie-tastic stuff, and I hope to catch you out on the battlefield.